Hello, everybody. This is Lips from the band Anvil. Yeah, you know it. You're listening withoutyourhead.com.
And welcome our guest, E.J. Curse.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot.
We have you on here because we're going to talk about it's a classic horror movie, Hardrock Zombies.
Oh, for sure.
I was there.
How did you get the part as Jesse in the film?
It was one of the many flukes in my life. We were playing, I was playing in Band Silent Rage back then, which I still do now, and we kind of had a rival band that played in the area, and they were kind of like a Christian band, though we weren't. And he said, the guitar player called me up and said, we've got this audition for this movie. They need some music for the movie, but there's too much TNA in the movie, so we can't do it, So I thought maybe you guys would like it. I was like, sounds good to me. So we went down there just thinking they just wanted a band just to, as a background or just for some music. And turned out we ended up auditioning as actors, and we'd never freaking acted in our lives before. So for some strange reason, they, I did some really cheesy scene, and I put some lemon in my eye and got a tear in my eye and shit. And I can't say that word, can I?
Oh, yeah.
But okay, good. But somehow the director thought that I was perfect for the lead role, and because the suit fit me kind of like that Brady Bunch episode, where the Johnny Bravo fits into the suit, that was kind of me. So, so that's how we, got part one thing about another. I kind of put a little thing in there, saying I wanted to get my other band members, small parts in the movie, and that was part of my contract, and they all got little bit parts. And the next is history.
So, was the band in the movie your band?
Yeah, there's Mark Hawkins, my guitar player, who plays with me in Silent Rage and also in one of my other bands, No Duh. He is the first to die in the movie. He has his hand cut off by Elsie. That's Mark Hawkins.
Oh.
Yeah. And then my drummer at the time, he's in a small scene, like riding a skateboard or something,
Yeah. Now one of the
he doesn't get killed though.
But, yeah.
One of the scenes it shows on the van, like you can see Holy Moses on the side of the van. Was that ever a real band name?
No, that was just the band name that they picked for the band. It's supposed to be the band in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with that.
Everybody know, you mentioned your band, Silent Rage and No Duh. You can check those out at silentrageonline.com and noduh.net.
That's right. No Duh is a tribute to No Doubt and Gwen Stefani. We're having a lot of fun with that band right now, playing out all over the place. So it's really fun, good band.
What do you think about Gwen Stefani's current stuff that she's putting out?
Oh man, that's tough to say on the radio. I mean, honestly, I'll just say that I like the No Doubt stuff. I mean, I'm a rocker, and I like some punk and some I like punky stuff, and so I like the old No Doubt stuff. I just think she's kind of wimped out a little bit. I love Gwen. She's a sweetheart. We've met her, and their whole band and their management company's been great to us. But I just think lyrically, she had some great lyrics back with No Doubt, and musically also. And I just think, she's kind of dumbed it down for whatever, the hip-hop crowd or whatever it is, I don't know. And that's, that's my opinion, no offense, everybody does their own thing, but, I'll stick to listening with the No Doubt stuff.
Well, for sure. One of the main things about the film that I think is the biggest part is definitely the music in it, and some of the guy that composed that music was Paul Cebu. What was it like working with him? Mm-hmm.
That was awesome, actually. I mean, he was a big start in launching our career, actually, just as another fluke. I met him during the filming of the movie, and he heard Silent Rage perform and ended up making some demos for us, producing our demos, and then we ended up getting a deal with Gene Simmons and RCA Records through the demos that he recorded. And then he recorded our first CD on RCA Records for Gene. So working with him was cool. He's a really, he's very opinionated, but he's got a lot of great ideas. He writes songs like they're coming out of his ass. I mean, he writes songs really quickly. So, he's a good guy to work with. And the music for the time, actually, I thought some of the music in the video, for especially how fast he was writing the tune, they were pretty cool. They're a little cheesy here and there, but that was what was going on in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the music was written for the movie. It wasn't like something you guys had done before the movie.
No, it was all written specifically for that movie and another movie which is really bad called A Night at the Drive-In or American Drive-In.
American Drive-In. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the rumors true that was the Hardrock Zombies was pretty much a 20-minute film for that movie?
That is true. And it ended up becoming, a lot bigger of a movie, which isn't saying much, but than the original film. It was originally supposed to be just a 20-minute segment just to edit in parts, as they were showing the movie screen. But it ended up they decided to make a full-length movie out of it. They probably wrote the script in about 3 days, and they obviously got some German writers that. You have to see the movie to know what I'm talking about, but
yeah.
It kind of took a lot of left turns. I mean, they were kind of writing the movie as we were filming. The script would be new everything. We'd get the script the day we were shooting, and then all of a sudden I go, wait, there's Nazis in this movie. Wow, okay, whatever you say. Midgets, Nazis, kids. I was like, all right. Yeah, that's it all.
I was going to ask about that. What did you think when Hitler makes his appearance?
I thought the director had lost his mind, basically. I mean, there were two things that I thought were the craziest parts of the movie. The one was Hitler making his appearance, because the original script, that wasn't in the original script. And then the other part was when he made me say, "You're neat," to Cassie.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a big argument with him, saying, I really wouldn't say that. He said, no, it's perfect. It's great for you, it's big Indian. It's perfect. It's very American, that it's so pretty. And I'm going, all right, dude. But, now I'll never freaking live it down. Every time someone sees the movie, then I have to hear "you're neat" for 3 weeks.
Well, I promise I won't say that during this interview.
Wait till the end of the interview.
It'll hang up on us. Do you ever perform any of the songs from the movie, like in Silent Rage? Any of your performances?
We actually learned, the band that's in the movie actually learned all those tunes and performed them as they were, so that we could actually perform them live. So we actually performed them live, but as far as in front of an audience, more than just the cast and crew, I don't think we've ever performed any of those songs and out anywhere else. But the band that actually played in the movie actually played those songs also, at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the movie, did you ever think about putting any zombie makeup or anything like that in your performances?
No.
They ditched that idea.
That's why I'm not their manager.
That's it.
Do you have any instruments or any other sort of props from the film?
Well, let's see. I've got some posters. The actual film posters. I've got some of those. Let's see. Well, I've got some of the actual. They made up some flyers that they had posted around for the fake gigs, the gigs that we were supposed to have. I've got a couple of those. I also have. They made up 8x10 promo pics of Holy Moses, which is the band in the movie, and I've got a couple autographed ones of those that the band signed. I've got, some of the wardrobe. Basically all the wardrobe that I wore in the movie was all mine.
Oh,
so I've got a couple of pieces laying around. I think I wore some bullets, and I've got those laying around somewhere. And some of the heavy metal shit. I never got rid of that stuff. Because you can't go wrong with studs and leather.
For sure.
So that's about all I've got. I've also managed to remain friends with Sam Mann, who played the drummer in the movie, who's an absolute maniac.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him on the set there, and he's been one of my best friends ever since that, which was 1983, I believe. So.
Did they ever come to you guys when they were putting out the DVD for any commentary tracks or anything like that?
I didn't even know they made a DVD of it until it had already been out for 8 months or a year. Someone, sent me something. I really wish, you know, that was non-union. I'm a SAG actor now, and back then I wasn't. I didn't know anything about acting, which I still don't. But so we got paid just to do the movie. But I went back and looked at my old contract, and I was actually supposed to get approached for, you know, because should have been offered, you know, more money. Not that it's all about the money, but you know, somebody's making some dough off that movie, and it's not me.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, for me, it's just some good memories and you know, good times. But so yeah, I would have loved to have done, you know, something like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of the fans would too. I'm always a big fan of the commentary tracks. You know, would like to hear some. Yeah.
It's odd. I mean, that's the first thing I go to whenever I get a DVD that I'm really into. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. Did you ever think about pursuing like acting in horror movies after that?
Well, initially, right after that, you know, I did it. I mean, I got the gig on a lark. I did it, and the band, as soon as we finished filming, the band went on the road, and we were playing, we played Anchorage, Alaska for 3 months in the dead of winter, and then, you know, we came back, and then we started recording with Paul Sabu, and everything started taking off musically. So I really didn't think about any acting again until about 1992, when, you know, the Silent Rage lost its record deal, when the whole grunge rock thing came in, or grunge, whatever the hell it is, came in, and I started doing, you know, I knew some photographers and stuff, and they started talking me into doing some acting. So, you know, I took a class, called myself an actor, and
yeah,
and
you got the card to
doing.
prove it now, though.
There you go. And I did do some, I booked some commercials and music videos and all that kind of stuff, but I never got offered another horror movie job, which I would have loved to do. I mean, that was one thing that did intrigue me, because I was really into horror movies back at the time, and you know, I was into Gene Simmons and the whole Blood and the whole, you know, all that kind of stuff, and so it was fun to be able, you know, when you've never worked in the industry before, and then you get to see all the behind the scenes stuff. It's pretty awesome. So, you know, that got me interested in it, but I never got offered another horror movie, unfortunately. I was waiting for Hardrock Zombies 2, but, you know, what the hell.
we're living in the age of remakes, so you never know. Maybe we'll see Hardrock Zombies remake.
Well, let's go. I don't know how many people are still alive, but who cares? They're zombies anyways, right?
Exactly. Just adds to the realism.
Do you have any of the original recordings from the film, like any of the tracks that you guys did on it?
I'm not sure. You know, I do have a bootleg copy of the movie with some stuff that was probably edited out, but I don't think I have any of the music that I'd have to go look through. Like, if you remember this thing that used to be called cassettes?
Oh yeah.
So I'd have to go through those and see if I had anything. It's possible.
You mentioned Gene Simmons a few times. You're telling us off air that you have one of his bass.
Well, it's actually my bass that he borrowed for the video.
Okay.
So I was honored to let him use it, because I was, you know, initially I was a KISS before I'd ever met Gene, and then we ended up getting signed to his label with RCA Records, and he ended up managing Silent Rage for you know, about 3 years. So it was pretty cool time in my life, because, you know, I mean, that was the reason I actually started playing bass, was because I was a KISS fan, and then all of a sudden I'm going to his house and babysitting his kids and his dog and shit. So it's kind of weird.
Do you watch his reality show?
Yeah, I've watched about 6 or 7 episodes. Pretty funny.
And any upcoming appearances for Silent Rage?
Silent Rage has really, there's a not a website, but it's a web-based company called rehearsals.com, if you don't mind me saying. And they film bands in either their pre-show or their pre-recording rehearsals, and they film it, and then they download it for internet viewing. And we've been approached by them to do a rehearsal, you know, show, but we're waiting till we either are doing a new CD, which we are writing right now, or go out for our next live shows. But we have nothing planned right now, but the band is still, you know, just waiting around to do something, basically. So we're always writing. Jesse Damon is the guitar player from Silent Rage, and he's got a solo project that he works on quite a bit. He's released a couple CDs while he's waiting for Silent Rage to do something. But we all have. I've got my No Duh thing, the No Doubt tribute. I've also got a Blondie tribute, which is called In the Flesh, and then I've got a bar band that we play in called Band X. So between all that, keeps us pretty busy. It's hard to get the four of us all together to write, but that is the plan. We were actually trying to get Paul Taboo to produce the next CD, so it's a possibility that might happen.
Oh, excellent.
And the other website's inthefleshrocks.com.
Yes, thank you.
Check all those out.
Jeff from the message board, he wants to know what exact town was Hard Rock Zombies filmed in.
What town? Well, it was filmed all over. Some of the mansion scene. The mansion is actually just outside of downtown LA.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great place. They film a lot of. I've seen in it a lot of other movies. So I'll recognize it from quite a bit of things. Currently, I just saw it in, I believe, an episode of Entourage, and in many things. It's off of the Adams. I think the Adams Mansion actually, and the other outdoor stuff was all filmed. I'm trying to think of the name of the town. It's in the outskirts of Saugus, which is north of Los Angeles. It's about 30 or 40 miles north of Los Angeles. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's about as redneck as you can get for Southern California.
Do you still get recognized from the movie?
Occasionally, but only because people are, if they're a Silent Rage fan or something like that, and then they've, gotten into it that way. I don't think there's been many times where someone has just said, "Hey, there's a guy from Hard Rock Zombies." But it might have happened somewhere in my life. I'm not sure. I would just probably say no, that wasn't me.
Are you surprised, people still remember it?
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked, but it amazed me. It's pretty cool, but the movie had a lot of potential, and it's one of those movies that's kind of like watching a car accident or something. It's like, where it's so bad that sometimes it's cool. It's one of those kind of movies, which I like movies like that myself sometimes. So. But it's amazing that it's had this much longevity, but I think a lot of it has to do with the DVD coming out, which is, just gives people a lot more, it's just easier for people. And I just had a friend of mine that I went to high school with sent me a long email telling me, I haven't talked to this guy for a long time, and he said that, how excited he was because he got his wife this great anniversary present, and he was all excited to open his, and he opened it up, and it was a copy of Hard Rock Zombies. And he goes, that's what I got for my freaking 20th year anniversary. Copy of Hard Rock Zombies. So I apologize.
Everybody listen out there. I think that's probably a good present for all your 20th anniversaries. Hard Rock Zombie DVD.
No, I got 2 more years, and I know what I'm getting for being.
There you go. Well, you send me the cover, and I'll get it autographed by Sam.
All right, sweet.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. Looking back on Hard Rock Zombies, what's your overall opinion of the movie?
I don't know. It just takes so many left turns. But I think there should be. Maybe there are more movies like that, but that involve hard rock or heavy metal and some good blood and guts. I think they actually edited out a lot of the gore of the movie, which I was kind of disappointed in. And I think they kind of whipped out because there was a lot more, not really gruesome stuff, but just more of the intestines falling out and all that kind of fun stuff. So, but the movie is tough for me because for me it was just like a really fun time in my life. I was just having a good time doing it. I enjoyed the people I was working with. I got treated like I was actually talented, and so it was pretty cool to be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard for me to judge the movie as a whole. But I have forced a few friends to sit down and watch it, and we've had a good time having cocktails and watching the movie. So I think the more drugs that you possibly be on and watch it, I think all the better.
That adds to it.
I see you guys agree. Yeah, I thought so.
No, we're all big fans of the movie here.
Oh, cool.
What kind of horror movies were you a fan of before you did Hard Rock Zombies?
I'm not sure if it was before, during, after, but I mean, the first that ever really scared me was The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I dug all the those kind of movies, and the original Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's mixed with some really creepy stuff and some very bad acting mixed in there. So I think that's awesome. But and then Freddy ended up becoming such a a cliche almost. But those are the two off the top of my head that I really remember enjoying.
Well, so everybody tell everybody to check out SilentRageOnline.com, NoDuh.net, InTheFleshRocks.com. Anything you want to tell your fans out there before I let you go?
No, just thanks. I just remember when you were first shooting that movie that I'm not getting a penny, but that doesn't really. It's if you enjoy the movie and there's anything if they want to go to one of those websites, they can contact me through those websites, and I'll be happy to write a little message back to them or whatever.
All right.
That's about it.
I think one of our fans wrote in they wanted an autographed picture.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I think one of our fans wrote in that they wanted an autographed picture. We'll tell them to check out the websites, and they can email you about that.
Sure. So it'd be a lot easier. I'll give them an address if they send me what they'd like to have autographed, and I'll send it right back to them.
Cool.
Excellent.
All right. Thanks, man. Really appreciate you coming on.
Great. Thanks a lot for getting me into this. Without Your Heads is a cool little site there. I like it.
This is Buddy Cooper, live, director of The Mutilator, and you're listening to us on Without Your Head, Internet Radio.